Hello everyone and welcome back if you're returning. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, hello and welcome, and I really hope you do come back. So for those of you that have never seen one of my meshes before, I'm a seer. I tap into past, present and future energy. I'm a psychic medium and a healer, and I'm an open channel for the divine. And right now on this channel you'll get spiritual guidance and twin flame guidance, so usually both combined. So just trust if you found this channel, it's for a very good reason. And thank you for stopping by nonetheless. Thank you everyone, as always. I say it nearly every one of my videos when I remember to, but thank you everyone for your comments, your likes, your hypes, for everything you do for this channel, for booking my services, joining my retreats. I've just put out a post as well, and joining my Zoom events, because I know many of you do that too. So I only have a Zoom event now when I feel called, and I feel called to do one on the 3rd, on the full moon. And it's going to be a mixture of you receiving codes and things, guidance, and also some teachings and things that will be helpful for you as we move into this next stage. So everything I do is completely guided, the same as when I did the one back in January. I wondered why it was all about soul, connecting back all the fragments of the soul from different timelines. And that was something that specifically Archangel Michael wanted to do. And now I understand why, and I'll explain that to you in a moment. So let's get into this message. So this particular event is very significant as well, is what I'm trying to say. I'm only guided to do things that are significant for the next step of your journeys. So let's do it. Calling in heavenly ancestors, spirit guides, the archangels of love and light, and the ascended masters of the highest pure divine light. I call you in now for your love, your guidance, your blessings and protection throughout, as I bring forward a message for the Twin Flame Collective. Thank you. Archangel Michael, can you please surround my children, my dog, my home and myself in a golden bubble of God's protection at all times, as I bring forward a message for the Twin Flame Collective. Can also request Archangel Michael, whoever watches this message online, you surround them, their loved ones, their home and their pets in a golden bubble of God's protection also. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Archangel Metatron, can you please stabilise the connection between myself and Spirit, ensuring only clear and concise messages can come through for the Twin Flame Collective's highest and greatest good at all times. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Sending love, light and gratitude, and so it is. So let's clear the energy and set the intention. I set the intention with this message to bring through the highest vibration of unconditional love and healing and blessings to every single person who connects with this message. Channel straight through the cosmic heart of Venus. And so it is. Ooh. Now I didn't come on last night for numerous reasons, which I'm going to get to. I was doing a lot of stuff. I was designing my logo and letterheads for my new business. I'm still trying to build the website. You know, I'm still trying to write all the content on there and stuff, get links set up and things like that. And I was also painting. I was told to journal and paint most of yesterday, so that's what I did. I'm doing some jobs, meditation, artwork, writing, and I just decided to have an early night last night. And I don't know about you guys, I don't know anyone else who, but I was wakened at 333, and I was wakened again at 555. In fact, when I got wakened at 555, I just knew, and I turned over and I looked at my phone, and I knew it was going to say 55, and it did say 555. So 333 and 555, some of you could have been wakened at those times as well last night. So the reason why I was saying about the calling back the fragments that Archangel Michael had told me to is because of another download Archangel Michael gave me this morning. So as I said in my previous message, not last night, the night before, I said there was a lot of chaotic energy and a lot of stuff happening within the twin flame connection, and you might be feeling that. For me personally, I was asking, you know, what is actually going on, because it felt really intense. And just before the 22nd, as I told you all, I was guided to go to Stirling, which I had a past life in. I was actually married to my masculine there before World War II. We lived there happily, we were married, we had a beautiful life there. And then tragedy pulled us apart during the war. And when I woke up in Stirling on the 23rd, I was crying my eyes out, and I felt like I was back there living in the moment of grieving his loss when I lived there. And it felt really strange. I felt I was reliving that past life, but I felt I was guided to do that. And a few nights ago, I had a dream where Merlin was in my dream, and it told me I had to start remembering all the things he taught me in other lifetimes. So there was that. So today, my past life memories have become so intense, because I feel like my soul is gathering data from all other lifetimes. I know who I was in ancient Greece, and I've known that for a long time, and I've known part of my life in ancient Egypt. I know who I was there, and obviously I know about my lifetime during the time of the crucifixion. And today I got literally pulled into, it was almost like an out-of-body experience is the only way I could describe it. I felt like there was an earthquake under my feet. I was in meditation. Even when I opened my eyes, I could still see things moving like this. And I found myself in a little stone house, and there was like one window, and it was just a little house made of stone, nothing else. And the window didn't have any glass in it. It was just a square hole in this stone house. And it had a tiny little wooden door. And I was actually there. I felt myself actually standing there, and I was like, whoa, what's happened? I've actually been transported into another place here. And then someone burst in the door and called me by name, whoever the person was I embodied. So a lot of you might be getting pulled into past life memories where you're actually feeling like you're reliving it. And I feel that's because Archangel Michael said right now, we're almost like between timelines, and your soul is trying to embody as much of who they've been, who your soul has been in other lifetimes. So it's kind of pulling back all these memories and trying to recalibrate to be ready for the future timeline. And that future timeline is where everything comes together. So it's Archangel Michael, let me know, he says it's kind of my soul is kind of grieving and dealing with pain and stuff like that from previous lifetimes and things. And it's because my soul's recalibrating to feel prepared for the future timeline. So the Akashic records are really been opened up, and a lot of you might be really feeling those intense past lives. So I'm going to start with some past life cards and just see what's coming through for the twin flames, for those of you that want to resonate with that. And then we'll look into, because obviously today is a big 6 planet alignment. In fact, when I've been painting, I felt called to do this today. So it's sitting here right in front of me. So this is like the 6 planets that are aligning right now. And I also painted ladybirds and roses and all kinds of things. So there's definitely a strong energy of that, and I think it's the planets that are coming into full alignment right now as I speak, as I do this message. It is, Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Saturn, Venus and Neptune. So you might be feeling this really intense energy. So we'll check out the planetary energies, and we'll get a message from the Lemurians and the unicorns, and I'll pull some tarot. But let's get into this for the twin flames. Okay. Let me see. So you might feel like you're kind of in between right now, and if we're at the 0 point, just say for example that full energy, we're talking about the full energy and going right back to that 0 point. The 0 point is, 9 is coming to the end of a cycle, and 1 is the beginning of a cycle. So 0 kind of sits right in the middle of that. So I feel that's where we're at, that kind of full energy. So you might have a lot of past life dreams, past life memories coming through, where you're actually feeling like you're astral traveling. And I personally have been working more with my alchemical gifts, and that's why I'm feeling called to share with you, and Master Marilyn obviously share with you some alchemical methods to help you for the rest of this journey, and to help others as well, because that's what you're here to do. So let's see. Okay. Let's give us some past life energy through here, please. Some past life energy for the twin flames, and what a lot of them could be experiencing right now. Tell me what a lot of the twin flames could be experiencing right now by way of their past life feelings. Okay, expressive talents, creativity in the arts. This is what the last 2 days in particular, more and more, like even today, when I was in my morning prayer and I was asking, what should I do more to help the collective right now? What more should I do to help my own soul at this point, this in between? And I looked down and I saw my pen and my journal, and then I automatically looked over and saw my paints and stuff there, and I thought, okay, writing and painting, so just keep doing what I'm doing. So this is, for many of you, you have really beautiful expressive talents you don't fully engage in, whether it's writing. I mean, we've got the typewriter here, we've got the ink pot, so some of you might have like do fancy calligraphy. There's a piano in the background there, there's artwork in the walls, so anything, you know, anything that really is you expressing yourself, I feel. And I'm seeing like a camera there as well, so for some of you it could be photography if you enjoy that. Something something that is your expressive talents. So, okay, addictions, reactive behaviours and reclaiming your power. So this is all about not letting addictions control you. You control them. And as someone who used to be a smoker for years, and when I met my twin, I stopped smoking, like literally. It was a no-brainer. The only time I'd ever stopped smoking in my lifetime was when I was pregnant. And then I always found a reason to have one, you know, like it was a night out or something. And when I met my twin, suddenly I didn't want to eat meat, didn't want to smoke, nothing. My whole perception changed. So, and it is, you do control your behaviour, you do control, you know, people say I can't do this, I can't do that, or I can't stop, I can't, you know, do this. You are in control of your emotions, and you're in control of your behaviour patterns. And if you want to stop something, you can stop. If you just say like, tomorrow morning I'm just going to go up and I'm not going to do it anymore, that's a choice you're making, and it's that simple. So for some of you, it's breaking out of those habits, whether it's to do with actual habits or behaviour habits. You know, those self-doubts and insecurities and stuff like that. There's stuff coming up here from other timelines that many of you are having to finally break free of. So, the Shaman card. So, I know I do readings for a lot of people, and the Shaman card comes out and they'll go, I didn't know I was a shaman. And you'll know if you're a shaman because you have, first of all, you have a strong connection to higher dimensional beings. Like, you believe, like if someone speaks to you about extraterrestrials, you just automatically know it's true. And that's part of being a shaman. You have multifaceted communication skills with higher dimensional beings and things. But you have a natural healing ability. And you might, if you're drawn to those rhythmic tones, you know, any kind of drum beat or anything like that, even like songs that have got a certain drum beat, Brazilian music or something, you're drawn to those kind of rhythmic tones. Because music and healing and stuff like that is all part of the shaman's work. But it's an ancient form of healing, and it's an ancient form of communication with the divine. So many of you have to embrace your shamanism. So, devotion. Now this is that priestess lineage. That is the in other lifetimes you have been, you know, priestesses, white witches, things like that. And this is all about remembering who you were, so you can be the embodiment of that in this lifetime. That's what your soul needs. Your soul's at the point now where it's needing to recalibrate, it's needing to pull in all those past lives. So for many of you, you've been really talented musicians, artists, sculptors. You may have done some really amazing things in history, you know, like Frida Kahlo and Leonardo da Vinci and stuff like that. And many of you have been those kind of famous artists and singers and things. But there's also, you know, the negative side to it, where there's a lot of cycles and things you've had to break, you know, behaviour patterns and addictive behaviour patterns, which was all part of your learning. Archangel Raguel, and the service card is here. So this is all about bringing balance back into your lives and getting justice for things from the past. So, you know, if you, say for example, in a past life you really did everything you could to be a good person, and you learned your lessons, and you broke the habits, you were in this devotion energy, you know, you stepped into service, because we've got the service card here as well, but something or someone blocked you from achieving everything you're supposed to achieve. Archangel Raguel is here to bring justice, to bring karmic justice, and to bring balance back. So, and Archangel Metatron's cards here in the bottom as well. So this is all about that great wisdom and knowledge from Atlantis. Obviously Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raguel, both very much work with the Akashic records, as does Archangel Sandalphon. They're both very much connected to the Akashic records, and they're the best angels to connect to figure out your past lives. But Archangel Metatron's more about the ancient wisdom and knowledge. Archangel Raguel is more about the justice, the karmic justice, and the bringing back balance to your life. Something that was out of balance, Archangel Raguel balances out in this lifetime. And actually today was the first time in a long time I even said to them, oh, I haven't connected with you guys for so long. I had Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Ariel come through really strongly today. I just saw this beautiful burst of sunshine yellow, and I immediately knew it was Archangel Jophiel. And then I was working with Archangel Jophiel, and this bright deep crimson red came through, and then I saw Archangel Ariel. So somebody out there, you could really connect to Archangel Jophiel and Archangel Ariel as well. But Archangel Ariel comes through to try and help you embody your warrior spirit, to help you go after the things that bring you passion and intensity. You know, it's like it's time to follow your passion. It's time to, you know, not just believe that it's one day you'll achieve it. You actually want to move towards it and make it happen. And Archangel Jophiel is obviously all about the joy and the blessings and seeing the beautiful joy in every moment. So let's see. Oh, one more card from past lives. I'll pull a couple of my own little cards here just to have a quick look as well. Okay. Something missing, intimacy or fertility issues. So this is about you always, now can be about you and your masculines. So like Divine Feminine, you might have had to learn some sort of lesson here about almost like, I don't know why I'm getting this, like if you keep yourself too closed off with the intimacy type thing, then you're not really letting people into your life. And I know, because I was like that for years after my marriage. So someone here could be like that, where you're completely closed off to any kind of intimacy. And I'm not talking about just sex, I'm talking about, like, you know, intimate moments. But also I feel this could also be something like the masculine had to learn, for always looking for something to find is missing. But it says fertility issues as well. So maybe in other lifetimes you and your masculine struggled to, you know, conceive, or maybe there was a spirit baby that didn't manage to come through another lifetime. Maybe it's during this lifetime. But I just feel the way the Divine Feminine's arms kind of over herself like this. She's kind of, her body language is kind of turned away. Makes me think that this is something you had to open up a bit more to. You had to, I don't mean free with your body, of course not, but I just mean a bit more, a bit less conservative about intimacy, because whoever this is for, that's some things coming through about that, to be a bit less conservative around intimacy. As I say, I'm not saying to anyone to go the opposite way or planning your life to go out and, you know, do something crazy. But I just feel this is being a bit more open to an intimate connection, and that's something many of you have had to learn, because the phobia is here as well about fears and insecurity. So for the masculines as well, a lot of it is to do with fear of intimacy. So let me pull a few of these little cards and I'll get some tarot. So tell me a bit more for the twin flames about the past life energies. Some of them will be connecting to you right now. Tell me about some of the past life energies. Some of them will be connecting to right now. For the twin flames, tell me the kind of energies coming through. Oh, there we go. The 144. So, and I know there's quite a lot coming through right now for that. So yeah, you're definitely part of that 144,000 that gets mentioned all the time, and every reader will tell you it means something different. But I listen to the angels, not other readers. And for me, the 144,000 is a number. It is a very significant number. And it's a very significant number because that's the number of the frequency. That's the number of souls that makes the frequency rise to the point where Gaia needs to fully heal and ascend comfortably. So I feel this is more to do with the 144,000 souls who have been activated, and I feel it's a lot to do with the 12 chakras and the 12 strand DNA and all about the multiples of 12 and 12 being a divine order number, etc, etc. So people tell you different things, but I do believe 144,000 is a number that's significant to the divine, purely because I feel that's the number of souls that are significant with if they're sitting in a certain frequency, and there's a certain number of souls who've agreed to come to Earth in this lifetime for this particular job. So I do believe there is something in that. Cultural prejudice and diversity. So many of you have had to overcome this, especially in your twin flame connections, where there's been a lot of diversity and cultural prejudice and stuff like that, especially to do with age gap. So a lot of you have different cultural backgrounds from your masculine and feminines. A lot of you have huge age gap, and a lot of you come from different parts of the world, different spiritual beliefs, and it's because they're all things that you've had to learn to overcome from past lives. Tell me what other past life energy is coming through here for the twin flames that they will be dealing with right now, that this is what their souls are definitely dealing with right now. Okay, historical figures, the stuff legends are made of. So I'm going to share. I watched a thing. Now, who was? I think it was the Angel Raphael channel. Now I don't follow that channel. But I always know when. Oh no, I do follow the channel actually. I do follow the channel. I'm pretty sure I do. But anyway, it came up, and I don't watch every single video though, but unless I feel drawn to it. And there was something that came through about how the 144,000 are now connecting with the higher versions of themselves that have been different versions of themselves from other lifetimes. And I know certainly for a lot of people I've done past life readings for and stuff like that, they have been really powerful, influential, historical figures. Some of them ascended masters. So many people who are awakening in this lifetime, they have been very influential figures in past lives, and your soul is now reconnecting with all that lifetimes, as I said at the start, because that's what Archangel Michael said today as well. And I'm just realising him and Archangel Raphael have said similar kind of things. Mermaids of Mintaka. So for many of you, you will feel a strong connection to mermaids. And we're going to be working with mermaids at the Zoom event on the Zoom event on the 3rd as well. Egypt and the pyramids. So a lot of you could be having strong past life memories right now about the mermaids and Mintaka, but also about Egypt and the pyramids. Any other past life energies that the twin flames will be connecting to at this time? Oh, two come out. Okay, so for some of you, sex, magic and love spells. Some of you will, some of you have, that has been some of the blocks in past lives, because it does happen. Back in the day, if another witch took the notion of your divine masculine, they would just do something to cause an end to the relationship. So this has definitely been something that you've had to overcome in other lifetimes, where there's been something done to either you or your person, or you've been the one doing it. I mean, who knows? But that's something you were doing in past lives, or someone done that to you. Teacher, mentor, guru and guide. So many of you will be remembering that you have been a very influential teacher at some point. I just saw lovers separated. So maybe it was something to do with the love spells or something that done that. Okay. Wars, hero, soldiers and veteran, and shaman and witch doctor. So I've already said the shaman energies come through. So a lot of you are going to be remembering battles, wars that you've been involved in. You're going to be remembering what you did to teach others and how you were of service in other lifetimes. You're going to be remembering more about your shaman and healing abilities. So let's see. Give me one more to round us up to 10. Please and thank you. And then we'll... Oh, what did I say about the famous artists? And I said Frida Kahlo and Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, I always keep on going to say DiCaprio. Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, so for some of you, you have been like a famous artist, musician, and look at that, the white magic and alchemist. So, you know, a lot of you, this is things you're going to be starting to remember now, and your soul might be remembering this kind of stuff that, I better cover the SEX part. Your soul might be remembering this kind of stuff that caused you and your person to separate. And maybe that's something else your soul's dealing with now as well. So, let's see. I'm going to check the energies first of all. On the planetary energies, and see what's going on. And then I'm going to get some tarot and have a little nose into what the energy is today for the divine masculine and feminine. And then we'll get a message from the Lemurians and the unicorns. So let's see. This is definitely, I feel, more a general message, but once I get to the tarot, I'll see what comes through. Okay. Can we get some energy, please? Oh, my nose. I'm actually seeing DNA in my mind's eye right now, so some of you are definitely going through some sort of DNA upgrade right now, where your masculines are. Okay. Oops, I knew that was going to happen. Okay. Oh my goodness. Mintaka. It's amazing that's just come through another deck as well. So strong connection to the mermaids and Mintaka, and you know, that powerful divine feminine energy. So nostalgia, a sense of belonging and community. So for those of you that don't really know much about Mintaka, it was a small planet on Orion's belt. and it was a divine feminine planet, water-based, and it was just such a beautiful, peaceful place. And it got destroyed by certain factions, which we'll not go into, and the ones that survived, the Mintakan mermaids and souls that survived there, they fled to other parts of Orion's belt and other constellations. But because their home was completely blown up and destroyed, they felt like they were never at peace. They were always felt like everywhere they were, it was never really home, because they were always remembering and feeling nostalgic for the home they lost. A beautiful, peaceful, it was said to be the first light workers planet. So most light workers sort of descend from Mintaka, and the only reason they're not there is because it got destroyed, because it was very small. And it was, I guess it was an easy target, because it was all divine feminine energy, very peaceful, very loving, and so that coming through again is a very strong indication that you will resonate with that energy. So Uranus. So it says, sorry, I think I put on my glasses. I think I'm okay. Am I okay? Rebellion, eccentricity, revolutionary, and progress. So I feel the energy of Uranus does that. It allows you to step out from behind the curtain, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, and it allows you to step out from behind the curtain and truly be your authentic self. And it also removes anything that's blocking you from being your true authentic self. It's almost an energy of, you know, like rebelling the system, isn't it? So that's definitely coming through. And Mercury here on the bottom, card number 2, communication, swiftness, agility, and travel. So for many of you, this is definitely the energy the masculines are getting into right now. I feel like they're using the energy of Uranus to clear the path, to make way for them coming through, and to allow them to rebel against everything that they've been stuck in. And also the Mercury is just, it's movement. It's like, you know, fast movement and communication. Agility, like fast moving. So any other energies are significant right now for the twin flames before I get some guidance on the masculines. Okay. Anything else you want the twin flames to know from this deck, please and thank you. Thank you. Andromeda. So it says Andromeda, and it says soul growth, higher love. Soul growth, higher light, and deepening love. I thought it said higher love, but it says higher light and deeper love. So this is coming through. So now this could be for you to feel that way about yourself, divine feminines, but I do feel this is more to do with the masculine. I feel this is the masculines are definitely being called to deepen the love they feel for themselves and for you. So there's definitely that deeper love coming through. Higher learning, higher light, deeper love, spiritual growth as well, which again I feel is the masculine. But the masculines can only do that when you stop chasing and focus on yourself. So let's see. Let's see what else wants to come through. Anything else from here? And then I'm going to pull some cards on the... Then we're going to find out what the overall energy is today for the masculine. Okay. Mars, masculine energy, and Jupiter on the bottom. So it says, Jupiter, it says expansion, good luck, wisdom, and teaching. And that came through from past lives as well, didn't it? About the about your having to remember you were some sort of guru or guide. So that good luck energy is coming through. And definitely you could be seeing ladybirds and things as well, and four-leaf clovers and things. And the Mars energy says assertiveness, force and passion. And that's, again, that's masculine energy. So I do feel this about the masculines. It's almost like they're feeling drawn back to their divine feminines here, that beautiful Mintaka energy, but also I feel they're using the energies right now with this alignment to push themselves forward out of their situations, to return to you, divine feminines. Action, expansion, communication, and deepening the love, and stepping out and really allowing their true selves. And Pisces here on the bottom, and we're in Pisces season. So it says sensitivity, psychic awareness, and symbols and signs. So the masculines, you could have psychic placements, you could have Pisces placements, but this is just telling me it's something that's occurring in Pisces season right now. And Aquarius, strong Aquarius there as well. So, and the Pleiadian energy right behind the Aquarian energy. So I definitely feel Pisces and Aquarius energetically are very impactful right now, and obviously the Pleiadians are very much working with us all at this time as well. So let me pull. I'm going to pull a few tarot now and see what's going on for the Twin Flame Collective. What time are we on? Okay, so just a couple more minutes and I'm going to pull some messages from the Lemurians and the unicorns, because I feel a lot of unicorn energy right now. So unicorns and mermaids, and you'll see my post even before I did this message, I put in about mermaids and unicorns, and to work with on the 3rd. So it's strange that was not cool. Oh my goodness. I think there was only 2, but I don't even know which ones of them I'm meant to take. But, I don't know if there was more going under my chair. I cannot see right now, but hopefully not. So I'm going to shuffle again. The 10 of Pentacles was the only one that landed on the table, and I've just so I'll keep that out, I guess. But let's see. So 10 of Pentacles. Tell me what is going on for the Twin Flame. Tell me the overall energy for the Twin Flame Collective at this time. Tell me the overall energy for the Twin Flame Collective, please and thank you. And I might even check in on timelines as well. So remember I said last night, the night before actually, about the chaos, 5 of Wands. So that chaos energy. So let's see. Oh, Empress. It's just really what I said a moment ago. I feel the divine masculines are kind of pushing their way through. It's like if there's a barricade there, I feel like the masculines are generally, you know, pushing their way through barricades right now to get back to you, divine feminine. This is what I feel. And that's what I literally said a moment ago with they're using the planetary alignment right now, that all that energy, the Mercury and Uranus and Jupiter, to really push forward and get back to their divine feminine. So tell me, yeah, look at that. Judgment and the Moon. So this tells me there's something really powerful coming up here for this full moon eclipse on the 3rd. Some sort of powerful change. I mean, for me, judgment is change. It's change. It's also communication. It's also spiritual evolution. And that's what I feel is going on here. I definitely feel like, you know, because in the last couple of days I keep seeing Archangel Gabriel blow his horn, which is his wake-up call to say it's time. And I feel for a lot of the masculines, this is what they've been called to do. And the Lovers want to come out the deck. So tell me, oh my goodness, the Hierophant just shot out the deck as well. So we'll obviously do a full moon reading as well, but I want to just ask what's coming up now with, obviously, we're coming into the 1st of March. We're moving into March. Tell me about the month of March here for the twin flames. Okay, Knight of Cups. Some sort of romantic gesture, some sort of romantic conversation. Tell me about the divine masculine energy for the month of March. Tell me about the divine masculine energy for the month of March for the Twin Flame Collective. Oh wow, that just jumped out. The Emperor. So now we've got the Emperor and Empress out here on the table and the King of Cups on the bottom. So this tells me your masculines are coming in more emotionally ready to step up. They could also be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but right now there is Sagittarius, Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus and Libra. Okay. Tell me about, let's see, tell me what's happening in this timeline for the Twin Flame Collective. What's happening in this current timeline apart from the chaos? Oh yes, see, 5 of Swords. So again, that 5-5 energy and the 9 of Swords. So I felt this a few nights ago when I told you the masculines were really dealing with a lot. They're trying to, it's almost like they're the final break for freedom here. Yeah, the final push here, that final courageous push. And whatever this 6th planet alignment is doing, it's helping the masculines to give them that final push. Because right now in this timeline, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands and 9 of Swords. Tell me about the future timeline. When this moves forward into the future timeline. So right now we're kind of stuck in the middle, I feel. Stuck in the in-between. So tell me about when the future timeline, we move to a future timeline. Okay, so for some this could be a decision, but I just feel this is clarity, and this is also, you don't see this coming, but it's happiness. Yeah, and right behind the Sun, 10 of Cups. Tell me a bit more about the future timeline here for the Twin Flames. The future timelines for Twin Flames. Wow, okay. So 6 of Cups and the Magician. This is past life reunion. This is manifesting a reunion with each other. And there's the Justice and the Hermit. So it's almost like, and I said that the other night, but there's a sacred pause happening right now. And this timeline, this in-between timeline, there's some sort of sacred pause happening to allow the masculines to catch up to you and to figure things out. And I feel with that Hermit and the Justice card, they are figuring things out. They're going within. So let's just see. Let me get one more card. Tell me about the masculines' present energy here. Their present energy. Present energy for the masculines. Can you give me the current energy for the Divine Masculines of the Twin Flame Collective? Divine Masculine of the Twin Flame Collective. Let's see. Current energy. Okay. So 6 of Swords. They're trying to get themselves into a much calmer place. They're trying to get themselves into a better position. They're trying to move on from the past here, move on from karmic situations. Yeah, and there we go, the 4 of Swords. And I told you the other night, this sacred pause. You know, it's almost like they're getting into that boat to go to calmer waters, and then they're just going to lie in it and chill for a bit. And just try and figure out their next move. Tell me what the Divine Masculine's next move will be once they've had this 4 of Swords, this sacred pause. Oh, there we go. Knight of Wands and 8 of Wands. Taking action. Communicating. Ready to give equally to this partnership. with the Six of Pentacles. And let's split the deck. Knight of Pentacles, so it's, you know, this is someone who is plotting a course, making plans. And the Seven of Pentacles. They're planning to return and to work things out with you, to make some plan for the future, because we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. And there's that mermaid energy again, funnily enough. So, yeah, whoever this is for, I mean, I'm just really tapping into the divine masculine and divine feminine energies today, because I feel it's more important to get a collective message out because of the energies right now, and to let you know exactly why you could be feeling the way you do. For those of you that are having a lot of past life memories, you that are having a lot of kind of emotional roller coaster moments, it's because your soul is recalibrating and recalling all aspects of who they are to the forefront. So if you were a Greek god, or if you were a, you know, Roman goddess, Egyptian goddess, if you were a nurse in World War I, all aspects of who you were are being called back now to help you to be your true authentic self in this lifetime. And there's Roxy scratching at the door. Perfect timing. So she always does that just when I'm getting ready to end the message. Okay. Right, so let's get a message from the Lemurians first of all. Can I get a message from the Lemurians for the Twin Flame Collective and for the collective in general? Roxy, in a minute. She's wanting, I can't say it, but she wants to go a W-A-L-K. Come in for a minute. Can you come? I went in to get your water. So I'll just let her in for a minute. So let's see. Let's see what message will I bring through from the Lemurians. Close out this message for the collective, the Twin Flames. Oh, I'm going right to the back. Crystal keys. Wow. Now I think that is all about saying that you, one of your missions could be to travel around to different parts of the grid and connect. I feel that. I think that's what that one's about. I'm just going to double check. And interesting, it's number 22. So some of you could have connections to 22 or be seeing a lot of 222. And I'll get a message from the unicorns in a moment. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So it says hidden wisdom, codes, potent information, Lemurian seed crystals, seeing your triggers as a gift, awareness of drama, creating patterns, healing the earth by looking at your own environment and healing through your awareness. So this is just what I've just been talking about here at the start, about how we're now looking at stuff from our past lives more so than ever through the Akashic records at this time, because that is what is helping us to heal and truly be who we're supposed to be. So it says Lemurian quartz crystals are special pieces of clear quartz with indented ridges running across them. They are known as seed crystals because they are said to have been found individually, buried in sand and earth rather than attached to a higher cluster, the way most crystals generally are. Aware of their oncoming destruction, the Lemurians imbued information about how to avoid a similar catastrophe on all the crystals and buried them. The ridges on the crystals are believed to be Lemurian inscriptions. These crystals are reappearing now as this knowledge is again relevant. The card is about deciphering wisdom codes. We may wonder how to access information regarding our spiritual growth as we navigate our everyday reality. The wisdom comes through inner paradoxes when we are truly present odd and creative flow, or a state of surrender. It may come in riddles and or most unlikely places. Buddhism taps into this using koans, Koans, paradoxical statements, and the mind cannot fathom, to bypass traditional understanding and allow spiritual epiphany and a deeper knowledge of the soul to surface. So it says key wisdom codes can come to us when we are triggered. These are accessible to in those moments when everything becomes more emotional, dramatic, or painful. That it needs to be more dramatic or painful than it needs to be. Sorry. Here, when light shines on our shadow, we are grounded with significant insight into places we can grow and evolve from. Although it might take courage and a healthy dose of self-awareness to truly embrace the wisdom of those moments, it's amazing how much energy, freedom, and expansion comes as a result of deciphering those bubbles of information. And again, expansion and freedom, very much Jupiter energy. They're tailored specifically for us. Sometimes insight to be perfectly constructed within a scenario that it gets right into the most tender spots for the perfect healing solution. So it says, be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in those times when you feel triggered. There is so much information with our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present with what is coming up and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself to you in a way it's tailored to. If we could all learn to see our triggers in the bigger picture, so much confrontation and upset would be lessened, power struggles and fear would diminish, and we would have greater compassion across the planet. Perspective and misunderstanding would shift into the way people want to be loved and would be experienced without distortion. These are the seeds of peace on earth. So definitely something coming through here about, as I say, seeing things from your past lives as things, and that's what I was talking about right at the start, about how you might be on this, things might be coming up from other past lifetimes that you have to heal at this moment, because it's almost like you can't keep carrying those wounds into the next part of your journey. And I feel that's why I was called, because then I've actually put in my post that we're going to learn how to remove the pain and disease and any negativity from the body through alchemizing. So I'm always called to do things for a reason, and this is the message that's coming through as well. So let's see. Message from the unicorns, please, and my beautiful Tanzia. So let's see. Tanzia, can you please pick a message to close out this reading? Please and thank you. Okay. This one. Growth. And on the bottom of the deck, expansion. Again, Jupiter energy. So, growth. So there's the beautiful unicorns there. So let's see the message. Oh, okay. So it says, seek a mentor or a guide. Take it step by step so you grow. Be open to learning from others at this time. The winged horse wants you to know that you are ready for the next stage of growth, and it is time to find someone to guide your journey. Seek a mentor who has walked the path you wish to walk on, and someone who can support your learning and development. You must feel the need to pursue some new learning or training on your professional field, or simply start a new career, which is more aligned with your divine purpose. You may be called to pursue new learning or training in your profession, field, and rise in a higher level, whatever your next stage is. This patient winged horse invites you to take a small step in your growth, just as her foal does in the photo. So it's the baby horse there, the foal, the baby unicorn. Be willing to make mistakes and know that imperfection is okay as you learn. But don't need to know everything all at once. And you will never know everything all at once. But you will know what there is to know in that moment. Embrace the wisdom and guidance of those around you with experience or skills related to what you seek. Don't compare your progress to others. You're doing things at your own speed. No need to do it fast, and that is enough for you. Embrace the journey of being a student and grow at your own pace. Continuously invite the perfect mentor in to guide you through each new phase, trusting they will appear when you truly need them and you're ready to. And isn't that strange? I told you Merlin showed up in my dream the other night, telling me that I had to remember the stuff that he's taught me in another lifetime. So some of you could have an ascended master you're working with. Some of you could actually be that mentor or teacher to others, and you might be getting called to do more mentoring for other people, whatever this means to you. But either way, what a fab message, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And I'll be back for a more romantic, in-depth, masculine message tomorrow. So let's do it. God bless you. God bless you all, your home, your family, and your pets, and God bless your union. Come in with your special person very soon. Dearest everlasting Father, thank you for all this time we've spent together today, and thank you for all you do for us. As we all move on with our day or night, wherever we are in the world, would you go ahead of us, dwell within us, shine through us, blessing all those who cross our path. God of hope, would you fill us to overflowing today with all joy and peace by the power of your Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name, amen. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.